Need me to get in position?
Facebook, good morning. You're good. We're not live yet. Oh, okay. You're good. No, we're not starting yet. Good morning. We are here for our daily briefing. Let us know where you're tuning in from. We're here in the heart of San Antonio for our archaeological briefing. Let us know where you guys are tuning in from. Let us know if you have any comments or questions throughout the briefing. Leave them in the comment field below and we'll try to get those answered for you. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Seeing some international folks tuning in, so thanks so much for tuning in, guys. We'll get started here shortly. Remember, also make sure to hit that follow button at the end of the broadcast so you can get updates and notifications when we go live again.
Go ahead and count to 2.
1, 2.
Okay, step closer to the mic.
1, 2.
Speak.
Doing a mic test.
1, 2.
Flores, visiting family in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Hello.
Coming back to San Antonio next week. Hey, we look forward to seeing you, Justin. Join us down here.
Thoughts on?
For
1, 2.
when you get back.
Sorry. Are you waiting for me?
Yep.
Okay, stand by.
Okay. Thanks everyone for tuning in. All right, I think we're ready. So if you want to just start with the date and let us know who you are.
Welcome to the 10:30 archaeological briefing. Today is August 5th, 2016. My name is Kristi Nichols, and I am the project archaeologist from the Raba Kistner environmental team. And we are working right now on the south wall, or trying to locate the south wall of the Alamo Mission compound. Currently we have 6 units open. We are trying to chase out a feature that we have been encountering. We're not exactly sure what the feature might look like, but it's an architectural feature with some stones. And we want to kind of get a better idea of where it's going to and how deep we can get to it. As of right now, a lot of the stuff the crew is doing is a lot of profiling and taking pictures and documenting the things we are. We're taking it very slow so we don't disturb any of the features that we are encountering at this point. The deepest point that we have gotten to at this point is about 3 feet down. It's 90 centimeters. In comparison to the west wall, we actually have to go a little bit deeper to get to an area that has not been disturbed by construction. And we're finally at that area now where we're starting to hit intact soil, but we are not hitting very many artifacts at all. So,
yeah, I wanted to ask you, on the west wall, there were tons and tons of signs of life, plastics, ceramics, and so forth. Since there has generally not been, apartments or commercial buildings or retail here on this site, are you seeing and do you expect to see fewer of those kinds of items?
Actually, that's what is happening. We are seeing fewer artifacts coming out. We have seen some disturbance from previous construction that has happened here with the installation of the piers for the walkway and things like that. So artifacts, very few, but we are hitting things that look like stones in place. So that's kind of helping us think that maybe the location that we're at is good, but the artifacts we probably are below the area that we might be hitting some artifacts.
And the stones were what you guys talked about yesterday that might be from the gate.
It's possible. We still need to do a lot more work before we can actually confirm anything. Like I said, there's been enough construction here that has impacted, so what we are encountering, some of it is jumbled, and we need to do more investigation before we can take that jumbled mess and kind of interpret it into more of a intact feature.
So it sounds like you didn't find anything yesterday to bring more clarity to what you had discovered earlier.
Yesterday was a lot of maintenance work. We did have the total data station out, and we were recording the location of each of our units, as well as potentially 2 more units that we want to open up before the end of the project. Also, with the visit, we had a little bit of a commotion going on in there. So everything that we've been doing is maintenance as of yesterday. To try to get it back to actual digging, and we are back on track now today. So we are making some progress.
Do you know if Commissioner Bush had a good visit and was able to learn a lot about the work?
I hope he had a lovely visit. He was able to come in and see our site, and actually Kay Hines and Nesta Anderson were able to explain to him some of the things that we were looking at in the units. And I'm hoping he was pleased with what he saw and learned some new things.
So you all plan to keep working for maybe 2 more weeks?
We hope to continue at least, of course, the end of this week, into next week, and then we will see after that whether or not the week after would be necessary to complete the investigations in this area.
We have a question from Facebook Live from Justin. Is this new stone find from the same period or the same style as the adobe brick wall found across the street, or is it too early to tell? Can you kind of restate the question for me because they can't hear me?
The question is are the stones that we are finding in place, are they contemporaneous or the same time period as the adobe bricks that we were finding in the west wall? And it's still a little bit early to determine. What we can say is that some of the construction methods appear to be reminiscent of a time period that would be Spanish colonial, but we don't have enough information at this point to confirm it totally. We do have enough disturbance still going on that we have to investigate further to be confident in what we're seeing.
Right.
What were the stones? What did they look like? Are they like carved limestone blocks, or are they just big rocks?
The question is what do the stones look like? And that's are in the feature, and actually they are just stones, random rocks that have been placed inside of a potential trench. They are not carved, they are not shaped. So it's just pieces of limestone, pieces of chert at this point that we are encountering with a material that's kind of holding them together. Not necessarily mortar, but more of a slurry mixture of caliche and lime.
So Dr. Anderson said that she postulated that they might have been part of a footer, I'm assuming, for a wall. At
this point, the question is it a footer? At this point, since the level at what we are not going to find wall per se. We are going to find foundations of the wall, and that's what this would be, a foundation. If we can confirm that, the things that we would be seeing would be foundations rather than actual walls.
Can you give us a little bit of your background, maybe with this site? This isn't the first time you've kind of been at the Alamo. Tell us a little bit about that.
No, actually, my specialty is Spanish colonial archaeology. I've been doing archaeology for about 16 years now. And 10 years ago, I was given the opportunity to teach the UTSA field school that was held here at the Alamo complex. We actually were able to do excavations inside the courtyard, the convento courtyard, and the Calvary courtyard. And it's interesting, and it's very great to be back and actually seeing a different area of the Alamo and kind of try to pull it all together, come full circle.
So what does it mean to you to work on a project of this nature?
I'm not from here. I did not grow up in Texas. I came here as soon as I could get, is what some people say. And it's one of those things that I've taken to heart. I really appreciate the history of San Antonio. I love the Spanish colonial period. And working at the Alamo is just amazing because it's like the beginning of the Spanish colonial and all this great history that San Antonio has. It's good to be part of it as well.
The site that you're digging at right now, is it where the main gate was? Because I thought it was further to the east.
That's what we're trying. The question is are we actually in the location of the main gate? And what we see is a lot of interpretive pictures of what it could have looked like. The maps that we have changed over the years. The compound itself was not it's not static. It was very fluid. Things moved, and there was changes that were made. So when we go back to a couple of the maps, we seem to be in the area of the main gate, the south gate, but we need to do the archaeology to confirm whether or not we are there. So we are trying to find out.
When is the archaeology is going to be able to the public to see it?
The question is when is the archaeology going to be available to the public, or the results? The results of the archaeology, I'm not completely sure, but I know that it will be available. I know that they'll be doing kind of press conferences and information sessions to let the public see what we've found, and there will always be a report done. Part of the project is that we have to produce a final report that will discuss our findings and kind of disseminate that to the public.
And then we're going to see over there inside,
From the report from the inside, that report is actually in production right now, and it should be coming out soon.
All right.
Would we be able to see the report at reimaginethealamo.org?
The question is will it be on the website? And I cannot answer that question because I don't know the answer. But I'm sure if you keep checking back, we'll find that answer for you.
All right, I think we're good.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time. All right, thanks everybody for tuning in. That was Kristi from Raba, Kistner. We got some of your questions in the comment field, so feel free to continue to ask more questions and leave some comments, and we'll try to address those in future Facebook Lives. We'll be back out here Monday at 10:30 with our next public briefing. Thanks so much everyone for tuning in.